Hey everyone, it's Lauren here. I'm so glad that you are tuning in for another devotional video. And today I want to talk to you about bearing one another's burdens. This comes to us from the scripture in Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, where Paul writes to the church in Galatia, urging them to carry the burdens that each other face. That's the emotional and physical weight of whatever life has thrown at the community or at people specifically. And he writes that in doing so, we fulfill the law of Christ. I think that's another way of saying, and in doing so, we are Christ's hands and feet to our own very community. I think that this is important because it reminds us that as an effective community, we need to show up for one another, to be there when people need us, knowing that as part of a community, that might be reciprocated when we need somebody to show up and support us later down the road. But I also think bearing one another's burdens is helpful to translate that just slightly and think of how important it is too that we celebrate one another's joys as well. I think so often it can be easy to get caught in what professionals sometimes call compassion fatigue and just get overwhelmed by the hurt and pain that exists in the world that you might be especially privy to if you just, I think they call it doom scrolling your news feed or are in touch with a lot of people who are hurting. And so I think a good reminder that goes with the scripture from Galatians 6:2 of bearing one another's burdens is also perhaps a call to celebrate each other's joys and successes as well. As a whole community, we need to do both of these things in order to remind each other that we will show up for each other when times are hard, but also that we will make space to celebrate when there's something to celebrate as well. All this determines what we look for in life if when we look at the world and check in with folks, if we only see the negative and the pain and the hurt, or if we're also able to see the joys and happiness and perhaps even simple moments that need to be celebrated as well. Life seldom is just frankly, starkly black and white, but often has a combination of joys and also pain and wounds. And it can be a healthy community's way of coming together to highlight both of those things and make sure that we tend to both as we come together as a healthy community. Okay, that's all for now. Take care.